Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Bork. In today's video, we're doing a first impressions on the soft launch of Final Gear. In case you guys want to play this right now, I'll have links in the Google spreadsheets right here. And here's going to be the APK pure link that will let you download Final Gear. Just note that if you want to play this officially from the Google Play stores, you need to be in New Zealand or in Australia. But if you want to play right now, you could just use this link, put this on BlueStacks, LD Player. I have a BlueStacks link down in the description, affiliated. And if you use it, it really helps the channel. You don't have to use it though. But when it comes down to this, Final Gear is going to be accessible to everyone so long as you have the APK right here. But let's go ahead and jump into the gameplay because I feel like that's the most interesting part when it comes to this game. It's very different from most gacha games that we have on the market. Here we have like the overview menu where, you know, essentially it's the map and stuff. And essentially you enter the battle and then you can sort of move your characters to the appropriate locations. And technically we have two characters right here and we can make it so that they attack certain enemies. And if you hit start mission right here, we're gonna go ahead and engage. All right, now the cool part is it's a combination between shibis and mechs. Now I know a lot of people don't like the shibi models, but what I like about this model specifically is because everything looks very high fidelity. There is definitely a lot of effort put into these animations. They don't feel lazy. And what's really nice is that you can also play on manual. So when you play on manual, you can actually move your characters and, you know, you can actually do some attacks. It's really nice. You can also reload, but you can just play on auto in case you want to do that. Is there any sort of benefits with playing manual? Honestly speaking, I feel like playing manual is just more enjoyable in case you want more of an active gameplay style. Reading over the Discord, not really much of a difference between auto and manual. It might be like slight variations where you can deal possibly more damage depending on how you can kite stuff, but from what I can tell, there is no huge difference if you were to play on manual, but there might be like slight things where, you know, you could possibly deal more damage. All right, so that's gonna be a bit of combat right here. And you saw earlier when you engage an opponent, there is some animations for the ultimates for the characters. So I feel like that by itself is pretty good because most games that have like 2 or 3 star units, they don't even bother to, you know, put like some sort of animation. These characters, all the ones I have, none of them are SSR, so none of them are super rare, but some of them do have animations. And this has to be like one of my more favorite mechs in the entire game because with her, she actually gets like a full suit, and we could show off more full suit like mechs in the game because I feel like they put the most effort on these, and they also have like the best damage from what I can tell just looking over like the guides and stuff. We can keep going on with combat, but let's go ahead and just jump back and go into the main menu so we can get familiar with a couple more things. If you go to pilots, this is how you can view essentially all the different waifus you have. When it comes to the art, I feel like it's okay, you know, it's not terrible. There is some live 2D, so they're not still images, which I do like, but I feel like this is also paying homage to the original game. There is no like sort of censorship and stuff, and I think a lot of people appreciate that. You have your standard like training where you level them up. You have like modifies where you can level up certain skills and get their rank ups. Not to mention you have skills right here, and then you have your standard evolve in order to get them to higher levels. But overall, it's really clean UI. You can't really say like looks terrible, and the interface is really smooth when it comes to just moving between the different menus. This probably has to be one of my more favorite parts, the hangar. All right, we can't really access this yet, so we're just gonna go ahead and leave the battle, and it doesn't really cost you any stamina as far as I know. If you do lose some stamina, it's fairly negligible. I just want to show the hangar so you guys can see like the customization between the different mechs. So if you click like any of the characters and then you click the mechs, they'll like jump into like, you know, their little vehicles, and you can change individual pieces so you can remove each piece, but also make it so that they're all custom to a particular look, or in case you want a certain set like equipped to a character. So now we're changing into this like more red armored set, which sort of fits like the theme because she was already using like this chainsaw spear thing. These small touches to the game, I feel like that's what's really going to attract people because it's going to make it like stand out as far as like customization goes, because then you could run mixed builds where you're using only certain pieces to get maximum like customization or maximum damage. But let's go ahead and look at something else. This has to be one of my favorite parts. You get to the mech suit list here in this Google spreadsheets. Credits to the folks who pretty much compiled this together, and you can see this is one one of the mechs that we currently have, and just scrolling through it, it looks absolutely amazing. Like, I love like the Cerberus look with this one, the one where it looks like a sort of samurai. This one, she reminds me of something from like Counterside. This one, she's like in like a vehicle, I guess, like a 4-wheel, and like look at like the cat shield on this one. There's so many good things. I'll let you guys like sort of peruse through this. I won't do like a complete spoilers, but I just wanted to show like a first impressions on some of the mech suits, and I like how like the sets just look really nice. You'll get this one within like 5 minutes of the game. Like, it's one of the first things that they give you. It's absolutely sick because it changes out all of like the move sets for the characters, and I think it actually belongs to her in particular. So there's also this development screen where essentially you can research parts. I think it reminds me sort of like Azure Lane in some ways, where you're creating like certain ship pieces or getting certain characters. But just note, there is going to be an actual summon section. So you can see here we're going to do a start recruitment, but before we do some summons, let's keep jumping through the menus. So there is going to be the shops right here. There's like a level 1 pack and everything. You can tell like the skins in this game, like the artwork is, you know, top tier, like we keep talking about. It is a little bit wonky because some of the characters don't look alike, but I just like how nothing is censored and essentially everything looks really clean. Here are all the different like armor pieces or mech pieces, and then you have like your requests right here. I feel like this is like some of your daily missions, as you can tell. And then you have like lack of black card, I guess. Yeah, this is like just more stuff. I'm pretty sure this is like beginner rewards. And then you have like your trophies, which is another award system in order to get more stuff. And they do have quality of life where you could just hit claim all right here. My face is blocking it, but let's go ahead and click claim all so we can get some free goodies in order to do some summons. Just note, during the soft launch, there's no real advantage to playing it because there's nothing really going on as far as like, oh, you get X amount of rewards. Like, I checked the mailbox earlier, they're not giving out anything whatsoever. So I think they're just doing like this sort of thing so people can get an idea of what the game's like, or they can stress test the server. But there's also an event currently occurring, so you know, there's that. There's like 7-day login bonuses. So I'm sure once global comes out, they're gonna do like an actual thing where they give like a bunch of bonuses. But for the most part, if you want to try this game right now, you totally can just download the APK and everything. I feel like it's gonna be a decent try for most folks just because it's a little bit different from your standard, you know, gachas. Here's a little quiz. This character looks absolutely amazing as well. But yeah, there you go. This is like a pretty clean looking game. Here's like the mailbox I was talking about earlier, and you can see like there's no real mail here, so there's nothing really to look forward to, even though you get to play now. I guess it's just so that you can try the game, you know, and get a feel for it. Maybe get a head start because usually they don't clear soft launch data. But let's go ahead and start the first recruitment and see what we get here. And we actually get more than one, so we can get 2 right now. We're gonna do 1 standard refresh and just take a look. Yeah, this reminds me exactly like Azure Lane. So we're gonna do the confirm right here, and let's go ahead and meet now. Is this Azure Lane? Like, I think I did play this game before. So she looks pretty cool, Lawler. So for anyone who's played like Azure Lane, I guess like this recruitment system is right up your alley. I remember there were other things. So there's like the pilot recruitment, there's the novice recruitment. So let's go ahead. Oh, free unlimited resets. So there is going to be a thing where I guess you can keep pulling until you get the desired characters. Just note, with my Google spreadsheets, I did attach a tier list of some sorts. I'm not sure how accurate it is, so don't quote me on it. I just grabbed it from Games With. So if you click the link right here, it'll take you to the tier list, and then you could sort of review for yourself like whether this is actually worth it. And just note, there is some collaborations with this game. This is Evangelion, you know, Asuka. This is gonna be one of the few games that actually has like other collaborations, I guess. I'm not sure if like our global counterparts can afford the Evangelion like IP because it's really huge, but I just want to showcase this in case some folks really want to, you know, be meta driven. I'm not sure if this is up to date either, but it looks like Dango Kobayashi, or hopefully I'm saying that. Kobayashi is probably one of the good ones to pull, and I guess there's some others. There's plenty of waifus to be had, but let's go ahead and start the recruitment right here just so we can see what it looks like. So maybe this is a guaranteed SSR. We're just gonna go ahead and click skip right here. So that's not the one that we wanted. We want Dango Kobayashi. Let's go ahead and do it again. Let's try to watch the animations, I guess. So they do like a close-up on particular areas in case you are a connoisseur of certain things. Oh my, yeah, this is definitely a waifu game. They know what they're doing right there. That is for sure. If the game is like this in New Zealand and Australia, I doubt when it comes to like, you know, the US or global or Europe or wherever it's coming from in the English language, I doubt they're going to replace the assets and do all sorts of things to make sure it's within compliance, to say the least. But there might be some sort of age restriction or something. To me, I like how they kept the originality of this game. I feel like it's gonna have its own sort of audience just with this aspect. And it also feels like it's what some people might have wanted from Azure Lane, because you get to do a little bit more active combat with the manual play, but you also get a hint of like, you know, just being able to collect waifus in a sort of free-to-play method by building them. But then you also have like this sort of 10x where you can keep doing unlimited, like, you know, rerolls until you get the characters that you want. So this is a really nice addition. I'm gonna keep doing it until I get Dango Kobayashi. And if I keep butchering her name, I apologize. That's how I want to say her name. So 10x again. Come on. We need to get like this character. How many times is it actually going to take? Skip, 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 skip. All right, we got her. So we're gonna be keeping her. We're gonna save that. We're gonna lock it in. This is the account that I'm gonna be playing with. And I guess it turns into a normal recruitment after that. So there's this special recruitment right here, pilot recruitment, recruitment queue, which is what the Azure Lane players are probably used to. And then there's also going to be a redeem feature to get some of like the mech pieces. And I feel like this one in particular, this like set piece, it looks exactly like the samurai mech suit that we were looking at earlier, this one. So I'm guessing you could get this from the pity system via the gacha shop right here. But overall, I'm really happy with the summon system. I'm glad that they added like a sort of reroll feature where you don't have to keep rerolling the game, because I was playing this earlier and one of the most painful things was trying to get to like the start menu where you could actually get to this reroll portion. Because if you go into my spreadsheets right here and you go to the reroll, you have to get to 2-2 before you can actually do any summons, and that takes at least, you know, 15 to 20 minutes depending on how fast you click, or upwards to 30 minutes. So it's really nice that they implemented this reroll feature, and it's not going to be easy to reroll. I'm not sure if you saw it there. We're gonna let this animation play one more time. They sort of show off like the samurai character. Look at this, that looks absolutely clean. So you can see there's definitely high fidelity assets in this game. They know what they're doing when it comes to animation, so it doesn't feel cheap like most gacha games sort of do when it's sort of like a rinse and repeat. This is probably one of the more different gachas. I'm not saying it's revolutionary, but it's definitely different from everything we've sort of been playing as of late. But yeah, these are my first impressions for the soft launch, and like I said, if you want to play this game right now, just go ahead and go into the description and I'll leave links to the APK Pure link and my Google spreadsheets. That way you can get access to the game right now. Just note, you have to play it on BlueStacks or some sort of Android device, however way you want it. If this video helped you out, consider subscribing, dropping a like, leaving a comment, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. Hopefully you guys are hyped for this to launch actually globally on your recommended Google Play stores. But like I said, you can play it right now. Once we hit 27,500 subs, we're doing a giveaway. Thanks so much. Have yourself a fantastic day. Hopefully we can play Final Gear all relatively soon, and I will see you in the next one.